Blake Lively just made the same mistake that Amber Heard made.
Blake Lively is tripling down on a gag order to stop Justin Baldoni from publishing all of their text messages.
She has made herself into the new Amber Heard, and he is the new Johnny Depp. That's what's caught people's attention.
Not looking very good for her. Just when you thought the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni saga couldn't get more dramatic, Blake apparently took a page right out of Amber Heard's playbook, at least according to some eagle-eyed observers.
Blake Lively alleging that he created an unhealthy and uncomfortable work environment during the film's production.
In her newly amended suit, Blake claims there are other women on the It Ends With Us set who felt uncomfortable around Justin, but she offers no names, no concrete evidence, and only vague assurances that they'll testify if needed.
Legal battle between Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni has taken a dramatic turn.
That's raised eyebrows all over Hollywood, and pop culture commentator Andy Signore of Popcorn Planet is one of the loudest voices questioning her moves. Is this the info she promised, or is it a rehash of a pattern we've seen before? People can't help but draw parallels between Blake's amended complaint and the approach Amber Heard took during her infamous face-off with Johnny Depp.
This is humiliating for any human being to go through.
And all false.
Amber Heard's statements often revolved around claims she could have done X or Y, but chose not to. Andy Signore likens that to Blake's new stance. She's basically saying, I could have named these women, I could have shown you more dirt, but I'm keeping it classy. The trouble is, that only works if you already have unimpeachable credibility. As soon as you start withholding evidence, fans and critics alike smell a tactic to shape public perception rather than lay out the facts. Signore calls it a tell, referring to how Amber would claim she had all this damaging information but never produced it. In the original suit, Blake included various text messages that seemed to bolster her claims. Some made Justin's PR team look pretty shady. Now, in the revised filing, those same texts are nowhere to be seen. Why remove them if they were so damning? According to Signore, that about-face suggests they may not have held up under scrutiny once people read the full context. Or maybe they painted a less flattering picture of Blake's own conduct. Either way, the sudden disappearance of those messages is suspicious. It's leading some to wonder whether Blake feared a public backlash if the unedited conversations ever saw the light of day. One of the biggest questions is, who are these alleged other women on set who felt uncomfortable with Justin's behavior? Blake's complaint implies multiple actresses are ready to speak out. Yet, she doesn't even hint at who they might be or what specifically happened. If you're looking to claim a pattern of misconduct, naming or at least outlining an example or two usually carries weight. Instead, Blake's new complaint mostly leans on a general, they exist, trust me vibe. Signore points out that vague insinuations without timelines or context echo Amber Heard's notorious, I'm not telling you everything, but I totally could style. This has stirred comparisons to a dart throw in the dark. Are these new claims real, or is it a strategic attempt to muddy the waters further? If they're factual, the question becomes, why not produce at least one clear example or witness statement? That's typically how you strengthen a case. By keeping everything in the shadows, Blake might be undermining her own credibility. Andy Signore's deep dive on Popcorn Planet frames Blake's approach as standard for Hollywood feuds. Tease revelations you never fully deliver. He emphasizes how Blake's approach, like Amber Heard's, positions her as a would-be whistleblower who's valiantly protecting others' identities. If true, it's noble, but if not, it's a perfect shield for a weak argument. Meanwhile, the suit is chock full of defamation allegations, saying Justin's response turned into a campaign. But again, critics like Signore want to see receipts, actual testimonies, unredacted texts, something more substantial than, well, if you only knew.